see a camera like this. I want to think of it. You see the suits? Like anytime you go into the I mean, at this point, it's just accusations. I mean, how much evidence do you have?
So
Strong and clear
you
case?
could do it if you want to. I just really, I want to make sure that there's audio.
Because I mean, at the end of the day,
Wait,
it's your aspect.
We'll wait for you to get set up. And there's one in the front if any of you would like something, you all are set, we'll get underway. Just coming from this.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer McGuffin. I am the Chief Communications Officer for the law firm of Romanucci and Blandin. Thank you for joining us. We have what is a disturbing case any time of year, but particularly with the start of the school year getting underway, this highlights an important issue for parents and, quite frankly, for school administrators. You will hear from several attorneys today, and comments from our client can be found on a video link that was distributed with the press release. You will hear from Romanucci and Blandin senior partner Michael Holden, followed by Romanucci and Blandin attorney Isabella Mazanti. Then GEM Law Advocates principal attorney Tashonda Flemingson will make some remarks and will paraphrase the mother's comments. And before proceeding, I also do want to acknowledge paralegal Paul Boers, who's done important work on the case. Mike.
Thank you. Good morning. We are here today to announce a civil lawsuit filing for the physical and emotional abuse of a nonverbal special needs 7-year-old child at a Rockford elementary school. Because this child can't speak for themselves, they are in fact nonverbal, our lawsuit seeks to speak for them. All children are precious and deserve the protection of adults, teachers, and other trusted individuals. But care and concern are even more critical when a child has special needs and is unable to speak or advocate for their own behalf. Unfortunately, as detailed in the new lawsuit filed by the law firms of Romanucci and Blandin and JEM Law Advocates, such a nonverbal special needs child was both physically and emotionally abused by a teacher at a Rockford, Illinois Public School District 205 school. Romanucci and Blandin has extensive experience representing victims of abuse in academic settings, including students subjected to hazing in both high school and collegiate environments, survivors of sexual abuse in school, religious, and scouting environments, and most recently, multiple students harmed when a nurse in suburban Arlington Heights, Illinois, swapped children's prescription medication. Likewise, JEM Law Advocates has specialized experience in protecting the rights of students with special needs and representing individuals subjected to discrimination based on race, sex, and disability, among other protected categories. Here's a brief background of the case. John Doe is a 7-year-old child who is nonverbal and diagnosed with autism. He was enrolled as a student in the PLUS program at Rolling Green Elementary School in Rockford, Illinois, District 205. This child was a student in the classroom of special education teacher Dawn Gillis. On November 7th, 2024, this child was physically assaulted by his teacher. According to our client, school officials relayed to them, the family, that this child was held down and kicked repeatedly in retaliation for his behavior as a special needs student. This attack has harmed this child in numerous ways and has derailed this child's education and social emotional well-being. He went from loving school to being scared to go to it. On December 7th, 2024, defendant Gillis was arrested by the Rockford Police Department and subsequently charged for the physical assault of John Doe. That case number is 2024 CF 003057, pending in Winnebago County. As a parent, I find the allegations detailed in our lawsuit to be absolutely abhorrent. And as an attorney, I see it through an additional lens and identify a path to seek accountability not only for Gillis, the teacher who committed this horrendous assault, but also for her principal, the individuals who oversee the special education program in the district, as well as the school and the district broadly. It is deeply damaging to disrupt the education of a child, as each day and stage are critical for them to reach their highest potential. This is even more true of special needs students. Importantly, the child in this case is nonverbal and is unable to speak for themselves or to tell their parents what happened. So our lawsuit seeks to speak on this child's behalf. Further, it raises critical questions about how other special needs and nonverbal students in this classroom or district have been treated. And we encourage anyone with information or questions to contact our legal team. Now I'd like to introduce you to attorney Isabella Mazanti, who will walk through the complaint.
Thank you, Mike. As Mike said, I will now walk you all through the details of this complaint. This lawsuit was filed on August 19th, 2025 in the Circuit Court of the 17th Judicial Circuit of Winnebago County, Illinois. This complaint demands a trial by jury, and the plaintiff is John Doe's mother. The defendants include Rockford Public School District 205, 205 Special Education Administrator Brett Vosberg, Rolling Green Elementary School, Rolling Green Elementary School Principal Amy Powell, and Special Education Teacher Dawn Gillis. The counts in this complaint include several willful and wanton counts as to the individually named defendants, negligent hiring and retention, negligent supervision, battery, negligent infliction of emotional distress, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and multiple violations of the Family Expenses Act. It is our hope that this lawsuit will result in accountability for what happened to this family's child. I will now turn it over to Tashonda McPherson for some additional context.
Thanks, Isabella. This complaint seeks justice for the physical harm done to this special needs, nonverbal child, as well as for the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The conduct of the defendants was willful and wanton, and the active choices to both harm this child and then protect the aggressor are deeply distressing, and we are committed to securing justice for this child. I'd like now to read a statement from our client, the mother of John Doe. These remarks are also available in video and will be shared with the press today. These are her words. I want to formally address our fears and concerns regarding our child, who is a 7-year-old diagnosed with autism and is nonverbal. Before an incident in our child's classroom at Rolling Green Elementary, where my child was physically assaulted by their teacher, Dawn Gillis, our child displayed a loving demeanor and was able to effectively communicate their needs to the best of their ability. Our child thrived within the structured environment provided by the pre-K and kindergarten classrooms for autistic children. Our child was engaged with staff, demonstrating happiness and eagerness to participate in most school activities. They loved their teacher and paraprofessionals who worked there and often showed our child affection. However, since the incident at Rolling Green on November 7, 2024, we have observed a significant decline in our child's emotional well-being and behavior. Initially, our child exhibited severe anger, withdrawal, and agitation. The loss of the routine and safety they once enjoyed has left our child feeling distressed and presumably reluctant to attend school, a stark contrast to their previous excitement. Following this event, my child was denied access to education, and the subsequent struggles with the school district regarding their re-entry to school have been marked by repeated violations of our child's rights as confirmed by the Illinois State Board of Education. As a mother, I've experienced an unimaginable amount of stress and trauma over the last 9 months. My distress and concerns include having debilitating worry leading up to my child returning to school this year, distrust for a school district in which both of my children attend, self-blame from the trauma my child experienced, and a fear of not knowing what the long-term effects on my child's mental health and feelings of security, among countless others. My worst fear has always been someone harming my child and them not being able to communicate that to us verbally or advocate for themselves, in addition to the mental and emotional trauma. The fact that this teacher, nurse, and principal, among many other district administrators, initially kept this from us, lied to us, broke several special education laws, to protect themselves is appalling. In the following months, they repeatedly bullied us, lied to us and others, and denied numerous rights to our child and to us as parents with a child with special needs. That being said, several paraprofessionals at Rolling Green stepped up to do the right thing. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts for looking out for the safety and well-being of these children. This heartbreaking incident should not have occurred, and we are ready to fight to ensure it does not happen again. We will do everything in our power to ensure that the school district is held accountable for their actions. The teacher who assaulted him never walks into a classroom or works with children again. Special education staff, including administration across the country, receive more training on special education laws and individual education plans. We will also be fighting to have cameras in classrooms, especially special needs classrooms, not only to protect the children, but also for those teachers who do their best to provide a loving, safe, and engaging education at a time when education and educators, being an educator is not easy. We will do everything in our power to ensure our child's rights and educational needs are appropriately addressed in the future moving forward. That ends the mother's statements, and now we will take any questions.
Is this one incident, or are you saying there's more than one incident?
There's one incident that occurred on November 7th, 2024, but there are multiple violations of the law that have occurred since then, including access to special education curricula and classroom.
And how much money damages are you seeking?
The complaint pleads the jurisdictional minimum. Ultimately, the amount of money damages will be determined by a jury.
The minimum is $50,000?
Correct.
And do you know if Gillis still works for the school district?
No, she does not.
Was she fired?
She resigned.
I believe she resigned.
I was wondering if you could speak to just how strong of a case you guys think you have based on the evidence you guys have gathered.
Well, the filing of a complaint is the initial step in pursuing a lawsuit. And the next stages of the case is discovery, where much of that information will come. It's difficult at this point to ascertain the strength of a case until we get into discovery.
How badly injured was the child from this incident?
Physically, his injuries have all healed. The bigger impact is the emotional and the emotional injuries, as well as the disruption to his social well-being.
Are you able to speak to how the parents were made aware of the incident?
Yes. The parents were made aware by the principal, Amy Powell, after the incident occurred. There were numerous educators and administrators that were involved, but did not provide full details or statements regarding the encounter and the physical assault of this child.
And to make it clear as well, the parents were not notified until over 24 hours after this incident took place.
Thank you. If you have any further questions, you can certainly reach out to press@rblaw.net. We appreciate your time and have a good day.
Thank you.